Howdy, folks! This is the next part in a series on finding out if this gift shop Colorado gold ore actually has any gold in it. What we've done so far is we've taken the ore and we've crushed it, then we roasted it and did a acid wash with it to remove any acid soluble materials. And this is the remaining material. And what I like to do now is I split it not equally. There's about 3/4 of it is in this jar and about 1/4 in this jar. And we took all the acid soluble material, but the gold should still be in there because it's not soluble in hydrochloric acid. But now we're going to add some hydrochloric acid with chlorine and some aqua regia in the other one, and see if we can dissolve out the gold and see if we can detect it with a stannous chloride indicator solution. So, anyways, the reason I have a lot less than the one with the aqua regia is I don't have much nitric acid and it costs way too much to have it shipped here. So I'm just going to do a little bit of that and have plenty of chlorine bleach. So let's do the bleach first. I think it's recommended to use like 5 to 6 times the amount of bleach solution as there is ore, and to use a 3-to-1 acid to bleach ratio. Actually, I measured that height to be about 25 mils. It should be about 100 mils of acid. Actually, that looks pretty good. In fact, let's add about 75 mils. Alright, that's 75 mils. And if we do a 3-to-1 bleach or acid to bleach ratio, we want to add about 25 mils of bleach. And what I've read is you don't want to add the bleach all at once, so it doesn't come out from solution too rapidly, so it does have a chance to react with the gold. We're going to add a little bit of the chlorine or the bleach. I saw a little bit of a green color in the liquid when I did that. So let's let that sit for a little while. Put a watch glass on it. Now let's go ahead and worry about our aqua regia. And now to do the one with the aqua regia, generally it's about a 4-to-1 ratio of hydrochloric acid to nitric. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes and we see that the aqua regia is bubbling away here with the hot plate. I actually turned the hot plate off. And the one with the chlorine has settled down a little bit. You see the yellowish solution. With the aqua regia, you see the nitrous oxide gas in there. Let me give both of those a stir. Definitely want to do this in a hood because none of these gases are good for you at all. In fact, they're quite bad for you. And I'll add a little bit more chlorine while we're at it, for a little bit more bleach. Okay, I'll keep stirring those and keep adding bleach until it's all gone. And probably in a few hours here we'll let things settle out. Now we get to filter off our samples, and eventually we'll get to find out if there's gold in this thing to see if we got ripped off or not. I don't usually do much filtering. I usually use a smaller quantity testing that I use a centrifuge. So I just have coffee filters here in a funnel. Seems to be fairly clear. Wash this out with some water. Make sure we get all the solution out. Give this a rinse and rinse out the filter. I want to test the pH of the chlorine solution here just to make sure we're still on the acidic side. Yeah, we're quite acidic. We're going to call that good enough. I think it's pretty much dry. We're not too concerned about the yield, if there is one. You see a layering here. I don't know if that's settling out or if it's just the wash water that stratified there. I'm going to refilter through a double layer of coffee filters. Unfortunately, I don't have some real-fledged filter paper. Apparently, the second filtration was worthwhile. The material looks much clearer. There's material in the filter again. All right, we're getting much closer to the moment to truth here. We're going to test this chlorine solution first. What we need to do is boil it to drive off any excess chlorine. It seems to be jumping out of the test tube, so I'm going to add a couple boiling stones. Okay, that helps quite a bit. Okay, we're supposed to boil it until there's no odor of chlorine present. Well, I don't smell anything, but now let's add a drop of the test solution and see what we get. Nothing. Well, actually, the solution turned clear, which is interesting. Well, let's go ahead and test our Aqua Regia solution, and we also have a couple other tests to try. Now, with the Aqua Regia solution, we need to drive off the nitrates. So what we're going to do is evaporate some material down till it's concentrated, add more hydrochloric acid, do it again, and the nitrate should be driven off. We have the nitrates driven off, and I added a couple drops of water back, and we're supposed to try the stannous chloride again on this. Put it in a spot plate. And add a drop of the stannous chloride and see if we see a color change. Nope, I do not. So, both with the chlorine recovery and the Aqua Regia, we don't see gold on either one of them. So, I either made a mistake with the maybe with the roasting or somewhere in the procedure, or there's no gold in the ore sample. So, at this point, we still have the flux method of assay, and there's also another fusion method. I think we'll do that next because that's even faster. Basically, I think you do a ammonium nitrate oxidation fusion with a small amount of ore sample, and once again test it with stannous chloride. So we're going to try that next, and then we're going to do the fusion or the flux test after that assay method. And then we'll conclude whether there's any gold actually in the sample or not.